name is Valerie Angulo, and thank you so much, friends and family, for the gift of your time tuning into Zoom. I just want to start this presentation off with a universal question, or actually statement, and that is, at some point, all of us during our lives have walked in the dark tunnel and didn't see the light at the end of it. And so, while my artwork is based around that darkness and that theme, it isn't the core of it. It is a story of redemption and the steps and processes to healing. So basically, as you can see, these are two women inside of a panel, and as the story progresses, their actions are different. But that is my sister and I. And I have a Balinese dog mask. And what that means, according to Balinese culture, it's dirty, it's shameful, and it's sinful. And that was definitely the mask that I wore after surviving my sexual assault trauma in Bali, Indonesia. And so we move to another character in this, is the flowers in my sister's eyes, which actually change their narrative as we go along through the sequence. So what happens is that my sister, in a sense, is blinded by paradise, blinded by this ignorance of not seeing the root of the problem. And so it takes work to uncover those lies, those false truths that we tend to believe in, like being dirty, for example. And so we rip it out. We rip it out. And that's a conscious choice to want to heal each other and one another and love each other through it. And for that, I'm really, really grateful. And so coping, as it would turn out, is really hard. But I'm so thankful that there is that hope, that spark of light that stems from the heart. And so the way that I wanted to communicate this story that I hope will touch people in different ways, it doesn't have to be particularly just like assault. I want to say that God is in everything. God is that spark. And whatever your understanding of God is, you are not alone. And so back to the flowers, they change in the narration and they become that purity that the Balinese wanted to symbolize, which is renewal, a fresh restart, and humbleness. And I can do all things through him, including this presentation. So this is a color pencil on masonite that I had gessoed on black.
Okay.
This are laser cut plans that I designed in Procreate. It's very fun. Thank you, Guillermo. You're awesome. And then I chose to leave it in the darkness because I want to associate darkness as not something that's just seen as a negative thing, but seen as a renewal. And then it was good. So. Hi.
And I believe Danny has a question.
Oh, what's up, Danny?
I am completely overwhelmed by your strength and your beauty and your magnificent art. The beauty of you and your sister walking through this together and how you were able to put that into art, into something so magnificent. I am so very proud of you. I love knowing you, love knowing the strength that's within you and the strength you receive with your sister by your side. And I cannot wait to see this magnificent body of work in person. I love you.
I love you too. So the pattern design, and each frame actually has a temple at the bottom of it, because at some point during that duration of the Balinese trip abroad, I had been there. Those are actual locations. And the Balinese folklore is representing the motion of the story. So for example, this right here, that is Barong. He is the protector, but also he's also up there. And this notion of paradise is sort of being destroyed. Like Barong doesn't have a sense of control of it. We also have Ragda up here, and it's bursting into flames, and she's sort of the yin and yang of Balinese culture. She's not the good one. she's the witch, and it's a metaphor for how evil wants to destroy what is good and feed us false lies and wants us to believe in horrible truths. Don't fall for it. There's hope, I swear.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Awesome.
Okay.
First of all, so that's my little sister presenting, and I'm very, very proud of her. Burst into tears watching you present. Sorry. No, you've shown me little bits and pieces of it just with your phone on camera, and I've seen, a little, and I was like, okay, cool. She's my kid sister, so obviously I think it's good. No matter what, I'm always gonna say I'm her #1 fan. But seeing you present, hold yourself together, share your story, and that's just a tiny little piece of what it is. The grace and poise that you had to be able to split.
You're gonna make me lose that grace and poise. Keep talking, I swear.
But to also be able, no, you're good. But to be able to continue even throughout your struggle, because every single human in the Zoom call, people that we don't know, have gone through that dark tunnel and aren't able to find that light, but you were able to capture it so well in your pieces. And I'm so excited that I was able to see you present it today, because it's beautiful. And it's just, there's so much more behind it that I wish I could talk to you about right now. But thank you for being brave enough to put this on paper, because I know you've never spoken to anyone except us about it. So I love you a lot. I'm really proud, and I'm so grateful. Yeah, that you and I were able to develop an even stronger relationship with each other and God through everything that happened. So dark to light, we're stronger, and we have so much more than we ever would have. So that's all I have to say. I'm gonna go cry now.
Okay, I love you. Bye. Have fun.